Hi everybody, Glenn here, the founder of Willenhall Paranormal Research Group. This is a video just to show you some of our products that we're currently building at the moment, what they do and how you use them, this, that, the other. So the first item that we've got here to show you is the geophone, which is basically it's a seismic vibration detector, and we built these for obviously paranormal investigations where people have reported hearing footsteps, and we've had a couple of investigations where we've had footsteps and we've used this to try and visually document the footsteps. Just to give you an idea, all our equipment has got a 9-volt battery source, and it's accessible through this compartment here. So you basically just slide the cover off and get to the battery there, take the battery out, okay, and then just click the battery back in like that, and then it's ready to go. So just clip it in like that, put your cover back on, and there is the geophone. Now you turn it on with the on button like that. I don't know if you can see the lights there. Yeah, the cat can see the lights. I think she wants to go out. And basically whenever there's a vibration detected, the lights light up. You can adjust the sensitivity with the knob at the side, and on the back we've put a sticker on so it shows you the severity of the vibration there, 1 to 10. And obviously you've got 10 LED lights that light up. Okay, so that's basically the geophone. Okay, the next piece of equipment that we've come up with is what we call the ghost communicator. Okay, now one of the theories out there is that ghosts and spirits possibly exist outside of our visual spectrums, i.e. into the ultraviolet or the infrared. Now what we've done is we've developed this piece of equipment, and the LED light, it's got 4 10mm infrared LEDs and 4 10mm ultraviolet LEDs. And what this piece of equipment does is when you turn it on, the lights, if you can see that very clearly, the lights rotate in a pattern. You can alter the pattern and the speed using that button there, so that will scroll through 10 different settings, okay, and you can adjust the speed using the knob on the side, okay, so slow and then fast. It's a bit like a disco light, but obviously we hope that spirits can see this, and obviously if you was to set that up on an investigation and put your K2 next to it, it doesn't affect the K2 meters. There's no electromagnetic field given off by it, okay, and obviously if a spirit approaches the ghost communicator, you'll be able to get an audible and visual reading on your K2 which you can document. Okay, so that's the ghost communicator, and again it's got a built-in 9-volt battery pack. You just take your battery, swap it over, it's got the on-off switch, and again it's got a sticker on the back. It just shows you what the different knobs and the buttons do. Okay, so that's the ghost communicator. Right, the next piece of equipment that we're building, we've got 2 versions of these. It's the EM pump, okay, and it contains some neodymium rare earth magnets inside that give off an artificial electromagnetic field. Okay, and again, one of the theories is that spirits can manipulate the electromagnetic fields around us. In other words, causing the K2s to light up. So that gives you a visual and an audible signal when the spirit's close. Well, obviously what we do is we use the EM pump, we put it in a certain location and we turn it on, we leave it running for about 15 minutes. And again, the theory is that it fills the room with electromagnetic energy that the spirits can use. They draw on that energy, and obviously we get some good results with that, because it's as if them spirits are like drained batteries. That's the energy that they need to recharge. Okay, and obviously once they've got a bit of energy in them, they can communicate with us and do things and show themselves, or leave EVPs. So again, it's a 9-volt battery source, all built in, self-contained, okay, with an on-off switch, and you basically just turn it on your investigation. It's very quiet, and there you go. Right, now you can actually put your equipment about 2 to 3 feet away from the EM pump and it won't register anything. Okay, so that's the equipment so far. Now I've just switched cameras to one of our full spectrum cameras. Okay, right, basically this is probably one of our best sellers at the moment on eBay and Facebook. It's the IR01. Now we developed this piece of equipment because what we were having to do was bolt these illuminators to the bottom of the cameras, and there was a loader lead with just an open 9-volt battery connector, and we'd have to fold it up and tape it up to the camera, and it looks a right mess. So what we've done is we've developed this, okay, and it's got quite a few good features. Obviously it's got a 48 infrared LED illuminator there at the front. It's got the quarter mount, and it will actually fit any camera, any camcorder. Okay, and it's got a 9-volt built-in battery box there with an on-off switch, so you just pop your battery in, slide the cover back, locks in place, turn it on, and away you go. Okay, now just to show you how these work, this is just a standard mini DV camera. Okay, just a Sony. This is one of the cameras that we use. You've got the thread at the bottom, and you just literally screw it to the bottom of the camera. Okay, like that. Right. And obviously you turn your camera on, open your screen, put it into night shot, turn your illuminator on, and away you go. Now the good thing is with this as well is that if you've got one of these mini tripod mounts, okay, you can actually fix this to the bottom like that. Right, so if you've got your other equipment that you need to hold, you can just set the camera up any position you want, any angle, and there you go. So that's the IR01. Now the other piece of equipment that we've developed, which you can use in conjunction with this one, is the IR02, and it's again it's an infrared illuminator. It's got 6 10mm LEDs on it, infrared LEDs. Okay. Now these at the moment are 850 nm. We're currently developing a model that's going to have the 950 triple chip LEDs, which are more powerful, better illumination, better coverage. Again, it's all built in, 9-volt battery on and off. Okay. you've got the hot shoe mount at the bottom, and that basically just slides onto the top of your camcorder. You screw it down with a locking nut, and there you go, and that is your IRL2. Now, as well as developing that, which is the infrared version, we've also developed the ultraviolet. Again, it's got 6 10mm 850nm LEDs. Obviously you've got your 9V battery source on top, all built in, all soldered, all wired, all sealed. And again, you can clip that onto the top of your camera like that, and then that gives you full spectrum now, because you've got the infrared of your LED illuminator, and you've got your IR illuminator on top, which is the full, gives you full spectrum. Okay, so that's them two and your illuminator. Now obviously the IRL1, which is this illuminator here, will fit any camera, any camcorder, doesn't matter. Here's one of our Lumix cameras, again converted to full spectrum that we do, and it just screws underneath like that, and then you just tighten it up, turn your camera on, and now you've got the digital stills camera that we've converted to night shot, so it'll see into the infrared and the ultraviolet, and use it in conjunction with an IR illuminator. Okay, we are making brackets at the moment that will actually position the camera more comfortably, because it's a bit off, so we're actually going to be mounting the cameras like that on a separate bracket, but the illuminator will face forward, so it'll basically look like that once it's done. Okay, obviously without the battery and that illuminator, it will just have the illuminator at the front. It just means we've got to develop another bracket, that's all. And what it'll do, it'll actually centre it like that. Okay, well, I'm just waiting on the parts to come for that one. Right. So that is the IR illuminator L1, the IR illuminator L2, and the ultraviolet illuminator L1. Another illuminator that we're going to be developing actually has these 3 large LEDs, okay, instead of the 48. These will be a little bit more expensive because they obviously they do cost more to make with these LEDs in it, but that gives you a big array, and obviously you get more coverage, more distance on these, and these are the IR L3s. Okay, so we've obviously got quite a variety for you to choose from for different needs, different locations, different environments. Okay, and again, they've all got the 9V battery boxes on them with on-off switches. Okay, so those are your small illuminators, and we're actually developing large ones. Okay, now that one's obviously got 9 LEDs on it, infrared LEDs, again the same 10mm 850nms. We're going to be doing triple chip infrared LEDs in the near future. We'll also be doing a full spectrum version of this, which will have 5 IR LEDs and 4 ultraviolet LEDs. What you'll have is you'll have a 4-way switch on it that you'll toggle through it, so you can either have just the infrared LEDs on or the ultraviolet light LEDs on, or both at the same time, which will give you the full spectrum, and obviously you'll have your on-off toggle switch there. Again, it'll have a built-in 9-volt battery, as all our equipment does, and you'll basically just clip that to the top of your camcorder like that. Okay. If you haven't got a camcorder like this with a hot shoe mount on top, don't worry, because both of these illuminators will be compatible with the brackets that we've got. I'll just show you one of those. So here's one of the brackets that we'll be sending out to you. Okay. Basically, all you'll do with this is it's set up a different way because we used it the other night. But you just clip your illuminators onto your hot shoe like that if you want. With configuration, you can do it whichever way you want to. And then you basically just mount that on top like that. Again, either your camcorder or your camera, like that. Okay. And you could have a wide variety of illuminators if you wanted to. Again, you can get to your screen, your on-off buttons and everything. The bracket will be different, it'll be a bit bigger. And obviously we've got to bear in mind that you need to open and close your screen without hitting one of the illuminators. So the actual bracket will be a bit bigger, so you'll be able to get 2 of these, one either side, if you want to. Okay, so there's our other illuminators. Okay, again very popular at the moment with the paranormal groups out there. Okay. So that's that will be another custom made bracket. So there's your illuminators. Okay, now to show you, we've got a couple of converted cameras here. Just your box standard Panasonic FS10s, and what we've done is we've converted these to see into the ultraviolet and the infrared spectrums. Okay, so you turn your camera on. Obviously I don't know if you can see that, but you'll actually get like a pink glow on the screen. And obviously what you'll do with these is you'll use them in conjunction with either an ultraviolet illuminator or an infrared illuminator. You'll clip your camera on there, turn it on, and away you go. These are really good cameras. They've got really good zoom on them. This one's 12 megapixels, same as that one. These two are the same. We are also doing the same again, the Lumix, Panasonic Lumix. This is the FS42. Okay. And again, I mean, that's got 10 megapixels, so you know, you've got a choice. You can have the 12, 14, 10. It's up to you. So there you go. And that's the DMC FS42 Panasonic full spectrum camera. Okay, they obviously see into the infrared and the ultraviolet, but you do need an illuminator, obviously. Okay, because they haven't got any built-in or IR lights or anything like that. These. You open it at the bottom. Okay. Battery comes out. Okay. The battery goes into its own charging unit. Just plug it in, leave it an hour. It's fully charged. Drop it back in. It locks itself in. You put your SD card in there, whatever size you've got. We use 32 gigabyte SD cards so you can take thousands and thousands of photos. Just lock it. You've got your access panel at the bottom there, okay, and you've also got an access panel on the side which is for your USB. So if you haven't got an SD card, you can plug it into your computer and just download it directly to your desktop or to a folder on your desktop. We do supply the leads, obviously we supply the batteries and we supply the charger. Now we haven't always got the boxes for these because some of these models are ex-display or previously owned. Makes it a little bit cheaper for you if we use an ex-display model. This one is virtually immaculate. There's no scratches at all on it on this one. It's you know, it's as new. It just didn't come with a box, unfortunately. These two here, this FS10, again, it's a used unit. You know, obviously somebody's had it for 12 months. It looks like they've put it in the pocket with a bunch of keys, and it's just lightly scratched the surface of the bezel around there. But I mean, honestly, there's nothing to do with the camera that would affect its operation. I mean, it works perfectly normal, you know, the same as that one. It's just got a few minor cosmetic marks on it. Okay, this is one that I bought for spares and repairs, but I managed to fix it. This is the FS42. Again, works perfectly fine. It's got some minor cosmetic surface scratches on it. The only thing is with this one, it looks like it's been dropped. It's missing the cover, the USB cover there, and it's got a crack in the body of the case. But again, it doesn't affect the operation of the camera at all. It is literally, you know, cosmetic damage. You can still take your card in and out. It still locks in place. Okay, and you can get to your battery. The battery still pops out as it should do. As I said, it's just where there's a screw there. It was obviously a weak point and somebody's dropped it and it's broke. I mean, I can sell this as it is, you know, if you just want a cheap camera. But what I'll probably do is source the spares or repairs one online and just completely change the body. They come in a variety of colours. You can get blue, you can get red, you can get pink, obviously silver and black. The other thing that we do with the illuminators is if people want them custom painting, we can paint them for you. We did one for a lady, a group in Ireland. She had a pink camera and obviously she wanted a pink illuminator, so we painted it for her. I'll show you the photograph of that later. Okay, so those are our full spectrum cameras that we're doing at the moment. Okay, brand new models, obviously brand new in box, with all the leads and the instruction manual and the software CD. Are obviously going to be more expensive. If you just want to, you know, a camera that you ain't too bothered if you're going to drop it or it's going to get dusty or whatever. We've got the cheaper versions, obviously, so we can suit any budget pretty much. They range in price from about £60 up to about £90. These do. Okay. It just depends what budget you're working to. Okay, so those are the cameras that we're doing at the moment. Okay, now to show you the actual camcorders that we're converting at the moment. Obviously we've got one on at the moment. You're watching me through one of the converted cameras. All the ones that we're doing at the moment are JVC. Now there is a reason for that. Is because when we're modifying them, we can get the parts for them that we need to convert them reasonably easy. There's not a long wait. They're all JVC Averio models. Okay. Now this one is the GZ-MG610SEK. Now this is a cracking camera. This is a really good camera. It has a built-in hard drive, okay, which is there. It's a 30GB hard drive, okay. It's a really good camera. So what you can do is you can store your video directly onto the hard drive, okay, and then what you'll do is via the USB lead, which is located at the front there under that cover, you'll plug a USB, small USB, into your computer and download it straight away. Okay, so that's one method of getting to your footage. The other method is there's a micro SD card port at the bottom. Okay, now obviously the way technology is nowadays, you can get micro SD cards that have got high capacity. So you just pop your SD card in the bottom, close it, and now you're recording onto that if you want to. Just take your SD card out, plug it in your computer or your laptop, or into a large size adapter, plug it straight in. Really good camera. I've done some tests with this one. Again, it's 30GB. It'll record from anything from 7 to 37 hours. Okay, depending on what you set it on. I mean, obviously it's got SP, LP, XP. You just set it for whatever format you want. It's got 35 times optical zoom. Okay, and it's got the Konica Minolta lens. Okay, now the shutter's automatic on this one. You don't have a button to open it and close it. So as soon as you open the screen on it, there you go, it opens up. Okay, now inside you've got the usual buttons there. Okay, where you've got the export button and the upload button, so you can upload it direct to YouTube if you want to, or Facebook or whatever. Okay, you've got an on-off switch there. You've got a display button and a play or record button. Okay, on the top you've got your zoom in and your zoom out button, and you can also take snapshots with this one. You just press the snapshot button and it'll take a photo for you. Okay, it's got a laser touchscreen operation. I don't know if you can see that very good. Basically, if you go to menu, okay, you can scroll just moving your hand up and down like that. Okay, all these cameras have this feature. Okay, it's not a touchscreen LED. Okay, if you want to select it, you press OK or the menu button there. Okay, so that's that model. Okay, and again, it's got the micro SD card. It's the JVC Vario 610 SEK model. Really good camera. Okay, and again, as with all our equipment that we do, it's fully compatible with every illuminator that we do. You basically just screw it on the bottom like that with a quarter screw, and you're away to go, and away you go. Now the thing that I do like with this camera is it's got a built-in strap, wrist strap, hand strap. You've got a little lever on the side. If you flick that up, that loosens the tension on the cable, and you just pull it like that and it lies flat. Okay, so now you can pop it over your wrist if you want to hold it like that, or you know, if you're walking about from one location to the other, it's secured like that. Okay, and you just flip it back open, and then if you want to put your hand in it and get your hand in a comfortable position, I've got fat hands, but there you go, you just put your hand in it, get it comfortable, lock it off, and there you go. Okay, really good design, really good camera. We'll be keeping a couple of these for our group, because we're going to be gradually phasing out the mini DV cameras, and we're going to go to digital, but we'll still have one mini DV camera. So obviously we've got the different formats that we can record on. You've got your AV cover there for your AV jack plug. Just plug it in there, plug it straight into your telly, and there you go. You can watch it on your TV if you're doing evidence review. You've got your DC power point there. That's for your charger. Again, we supply the charger. Okay. As with the cameras, not all these have got the original boxes. Okay, because some of them are ex-display. So you know the box it comes in, it'll just be in a in a plain packaging for you. But you'll have the battery, you'll have the charging unit. If there's leads with it, you'll have the leads if you need those. The software you can download direct from the JVC website. So the actual CD itself isn't important, to be honest with you. I don't use it. For all our evidence review, we just use the SD cards. We'll just plug it straight into the computer. But there you go. That's the one model that we're doing. The next model, and I know somebody will probably enjoy this one because it's pink. Is the again virtually the same as that one. It's the JVC GZ MS 120 PEK. Okay, now this was the SEK. Okay, and this one's the PEK. Again, fantastic camcorder, really is. Again, 35 times optical zoom, one touch export. You can upload it direct to YouTube if you want to. Now, the good thing is with this one, what I like, is it's actually got, if I move that, lift that up, it's got dual SD card slots. Okay, it's A and B, and what you can do is you can put two SD cards in it, and you've got one for your video and one for stills photos. Okay, and again it's converted to full spectrum, so it sees into the infrared and the ultraviolet spectrums. It's got the automatic shutter over the lens. You don't have to flick a button to open it. Okay, so you pop your SD card in there in slot A. Now that's for your video. Slot B is for your stills. Okay, or you can swap them over. Again, on top you've got your zoom in and your zoom out. You've got your snapshot button. Okay, on the side you've got your usual buttons there, direct, DVD. You've got a switch there which you can switch it over from one SD card to the other. Okay, so if you're doing video, you flick it to video. If you're doing stills photos, you flick it to snapshot. Okay, and it'll save on the different SD cards. You've got your record playback button there. You've got your export and your upload buttons there, which will obviously upload it direct to YouTube. You've got your on-off button there. Again, with this one, you've got the laser touch screen. Okay, so if you can see that, and just scroll through the programs. Again, the same as the other one. You press OK or menu, scroll through your features till you get to what you want, and away you go. Really good camera. Again, Konica Minolta lens on this one, and there at the bottom you've got your USB socket there, so you can upload it direct from the built-in hard drive straight to your computer. Okay, so that's that. You've got your DC flap there for your charger. So you plug your charger, just leave your battery in obviously with these, it charges the batteries, just plug it straight in. Okay. What you can do if you want an indoor investigation and you don't want this to be mobile, you want to mount it on the tripod, you can actually take the battery out. Okay. and just plug your charger straight in and leave it, and it'll record. So if you've got a 32GB SD card in there, you can probably get about 13 hours of record time on that if you're in that sort of situation. So again, battery there, lithium ion battery, fully rechargeable, and it is a really good camera. Again, the same as that model there, you've got the flap on the side with your wrist and hand strap. Now this one's flush mounted, as you can see. Okay, it's actually integrated into the body of the camcorder. But you just lift that up again, lock it off, pop your hand through, and there you go. And yeah, it's a really good camcorder, this one is. Again, this was an X-Display model. Okay, this one doesn't come with a box, but it comes with a charger, and it comes with the leads to plug it into the telly, the AV buttons there. Sorry, AV socket. Just plug your AV lead in there, which is that one. Okay, just plug your. They're all designed like this. You just plug that in, plug that into your telly, and there you go. You can watch all your footage on your telly. No messing about. You ain't got to sit at your computer. Okay, so that's that one. Again, a couple of minor cosmetic marks on it, but nothing that affects the operation of the camera in any way at all. There is a tiny little scratch there, and I'll be honest with you, I did that with a screwdriver when I was working on it. So it's just a minor little surface scratch. It's only took the paint off, it ain't damaged the camcorder in any way. But there you go. That's the JVC 120 PEK. Another really good camcorder. Okay, so that's that one. Right, so the next one that we've got, this one obviously came with a box, and the instruction manual and everything's even got the disc. Okay, it's got the AV leads, it's got the USB lead, they've all got the USB leads, and the charge unit as well. Okay, now this one is again the JVC Vario, and the model is the HM300 SEK. Okay, and it's got 20x optical zoom, dual memory. Okay, again a really good camcorder, this one. I like the features on this one. It's got, again, underneath, it's got the dual card. So again, you've got A and B slot for your video and your stills. Okay, just pop it in there, and there you go. Again, adjustable strap, not built in like those ones. The lens cover is manual, so you literally just pinch it and remove it. Okay, you've got your zoom in and your zoom out and your snapshot button on top. Okay, at the back by the battery you've got your DC and USB ports there. So again, plug it into the USB straight into your computer. Your DC charger unit there under that flap. Okay, and look, same as all the other cameras, you've got your battery clip there, it just slides out. Pop it back in onto the runners and then just lock it in place. Yeah, a really good camcorder. You can take some really good images on this one. Again, it's converted to the full spectrum infrared ultraviolet, and again it's got the laser touch control there. Okay, so just scroll through your options, whatever button you know, whatever settings you want, your white balance. They've all got the anti-vibration, all of them. So if you're walking about, running about a cemetery, chasing after something, you can, you know, it's got the image stabilizer feature on there. You just scroll through your, you know, your different settings. Excuse me. It's got a HDMI port there, okay, and it's also got another component port there. You've got your AV socket, you've got your information on off button there, you've got your play button, you've got your button which switch it, whereas the other model had got the blue switch at the bottom to, you know, go from video to stills and swap the different SD cards. This one's actually got a button there, so you press it once for video, once for photographs. Okay, and you've got an info button there, little LED on top which will show you when it's charging, and yeah, it's a really good camera. All these cameras have got Dolby, it's the digital stereo, and you get some really good quality footage with these. I was surprised, to be honest with you, when we started converting these, just how good the JVC cameras are. We've tried it with Sony cameras, we've tried it with Panasonic ones. Don't get me wrong, they're good if they're done properly. I mean, we've got a friend who does, you know, these camera conversions, and he does a cracking job, but he uses different models. We've found personally that these are easier to work on, because obviously we have to take the whole unit apart to convert it, but there you go, full HD, and yeah, it's a good little camcorder. Okay, and again, the same as with all our cameras, it's just a case of screwing it, the illuminator to the bottom, okay, like that, and away you go. Really good camera, and very light. It's a very light camera, and you'll get some good footage with these. Okay, so that's the third unit that we've converted. Let's just put that back on there. Right, so that's the HM300 SEK full spectrum camera, JVC, there we are. And here's the last one. We've actually got another 4 on order, so it keeps me busy, out of trouble. There we go. Now this one it's got more features than the previous one. This is the GZ E15REK. Okay, it's got 40 times optical zoom. It's got super low lux, but don't be confused that that's night shot, because it's not. Okay, I think the lux on that is about 1.5 to 2, so it's the equivalent to 2 candles. Okay, so you do need to use all these cameras with an illuminator of some sort, either ultraviolet or infrared. Okay, it's got face detection, and it's got the, you know, the image stabilizer for when you're running about. It's SD, SDHC and SDXC compatible card slot, so you've got a wide variety of options there. At the bottom, again, you've got your slot there. Just lift it open, and that's where you put your SD card. Okay, let's just take one out of here and I'll show you. So you basically just pop your card in there, okay, close it up, and there you go, you're ready to rock and roll. It's got the DC charge unit on the side under that rubber flap, so you plug your charger in there, okay, and yeah, it's a really good camera. It's very light. It's a lot smaller than the previous 3. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, more compact. This has got 40 times optical zoom, whereas those 2, the pink one and that one, they've got 35 times. Okay, this one's got 20 times. optical lumen. This has got 40. So obviously if you've got a good illuminator and you're outdoors and you need to zoom into an object in the distance, this is probably the camera for you. Whereas if you're doing indoor investigations, you know, people's houses or decent, you know, chapels or anything like that, probably the 20 times optical zoom would do you just as well. You ain't going to need to zoom in really close on anything. Again, it's got the Dolby stereo. All your ports are located here under the LCD screen. You've got your USB port there. You've got your HDMI port there. You've got your AV port there. You've got your play button. You've got your scroll up and down buttons there, and you've got your information button there. Now, this isn't a touchscreen LCD. You basically just scroll through your options just by pressing the buttons. Okay, and then you'll scroll up or down using the buttons. Okay, as I said, it ain't got the laser touch feature on this one. Okay, but again, a good camera, very lightweight, and it's got the Konica Minolta HD lens, so it's full of HD high def. Okay, and there's your battery. Again, same clip as with all the others. Really good design these are, really good. It's very easy to take the battery out. You've got your red button there, as with all the camcorders. You've got your red record, start recording, stop recording, pop your battery in. All these camcorders can take different size batteries. Obviously we supply the one that come with the unit, but you can get a lot bigger batteries that last longer. This has got a manual shutter on it. It's not automatic like the first two. It's got the shutter switch at the side, so you just slide it down and the shutter opens and it closes. Okay. It's got a backlit illuminated CMOS in it. Okay. And yeah, it's a really good camera. Very light, very lightweight, and again, as with all the other cameras, it's just a case of popping your SD card in, screwing it to the bottom of your screw your illuminator to the bottom, and away you go. Fully adjustable strap at the side, so you can get your hand in there comfortably. You've got your zoom out and your zoom in feature, and you've got a snapshot button on top if you want to take photos. Okay. Actually, no, it ain't. Sorry, it's the intelligent auto button. That is. Okay. So yeah, it's a good camera. Really good. Very lightweight, and you'll get some good results with those. So and that's basically our range at the moment that we've got. Obviously, you've got your camcorders converted to full spectrum. You've got your static cameras, your still cameras, again converted to full spectrum. You've got your infrared illuminators. Actually, we've got 4 different models at the moment, as I said. Okay. And we've got the larger one, which is still on the camera. There you go. That's your larger illuminator. Okay. You've obviously got your ultraviolet illuminator as well, which is that one. You've got your EM pumps to flood your room with electromagnetic field. You've got your ghost communicator, and you've got your geophone. And at the moment, that's the complete range of equipment that we're building, purely for paranormal groups. Obviously, if you're in a paranormal group, contact me, we'll sort you a discount out. Okay? Just let me know if you've got any custom considerations that you need us to look at. We're going to be building head cams shortly. We're going to be doing the flip cam conversion as well, and we've also got the first ever fully portable 140 LED floodlight. That we're going to be putting out there shortly for people to have a look at, with its battery that'll last a good 15 hours, which will give you, you know, if you're on an investigation where you've got no electric, no power, you know, you're in a derelict building or a graveyard, you'll be able to set the unit up on its tripod, pop your camera on top, turn it on, walk away and just leave it up to 15 hours. Come back, collect your footage, and you know, there you go. Right, well, thanks for watching, and it's a Sunday afternoon here, well, Sunday morning actually, it's just coming up to 12 o'clock on a Sunday, so I'm going to pack this lot away before the missus comes back from shopping and shouts at me. And thanks for watching, and don't forget, you can contact us on Facebook at Willenhall Paranormal. You can email us direct with any queries or any requests for equipment that you want to see us build for you, because we will consider doing any custom equipment that you need just for your group. We can do one-offs, that's not a problem. We're open to ideas as well, so you know, by all means contact us. Our email address is willenhall-paranormal@hotmail.co.uk, and I'll put the address at the bottom of the page, bottom of the screen. And our website, if you want to see these once I've uploaded them, is www.willenhallparanormal.co.uk. Okay, this is Glenn Smith, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.